Hi, I'm Amy. Welcome to this yoga practice. We're going to be working on our shoulders today in today's practice. We spend a lot of time doing this on our phones, over a computer. So we're just going to work on opening up the front of our chest, stretching our shoulders, getting a bit of movement in. As always, if something doesn't feel good, just back right off. Just come back to either child's pose or mountain or whatever you feel like you need to do in that moment. If you've got two blocks handy, have them next to you, but they're not necessary. If you've got two thick books as well, that's also really super helpful if you haven't got any yoga blocks. So let's begin. Come to a comfortable cross-legged position. Sit up nice and tall, allowing your eyes to close. Hands can be on your knees or in your lap. Let's just take the next few moments to land here on our mats, allowing the breath to come naturally. Think about having a piece of string attached to the top of your head, and this piece of string is pulling you upwards, lengthening your spine. Thinking about our posture, just being a bit more aware of how we're sitting, how we're standing. Good. When you're ready, open up your eyes. Let's begin by breathing in and scrunching your shoulders up to your ears. And then as you breathe out, drop them down. Breathing in and out, dropping them down. Breathing in one last time, scrunching your shoulders up to your ears. And then as you breathe out, dropping them down. Good. Now bring your fingertips to your shoulders, just allowing the fingers to rest lightly, just on the tips of your shoulders here. And then draw your elbows in together. As you breathe in, lift your elbows up. And then as you breathe out, circle them out to the sides and then back round. Breathing in, drawing your elbows together and up. And as you exhale, circling them out to the sides and down. Last time. Breathing in and out. Good. Allow your hands to fall to your sides, and then taking your right hand and just place it on the left side of your head, and then very gently tip your right ear to your right shoulder. Don't force it. Don't use this hand to push it down. Just use it there as a bit of a support. Feeling that nice stretch down the left side. Good. Coming back up to centre, nice and slowly and gently. Releasing your right hand, left hand to the right side of your head this time, and then just gently drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Feeling a stretch. Good. Coming back to centre, releasing your left hand. Interlace your fingers now, but behind your back. And then draw your hands down your spine, down your back. And then move your fist over to your right hip. And then gently tip your right ear to your right shoulder. Feeling a nice side stretch down the left hand side. Good. Come back up to centre. Then move your fist over to your left hip, tipping your head to the left. Good. Release your hands and then come onto your knees. If this coming onto your knees is too much, you can stay in a cross-legged position. If you've got your block or your book, you can place it between your ankles, and this just can make sitting here in hero's pose a little bit more comfortable. So, remembering that piece of string, pulling ourselves up nice and straight, spine long. Good, and we're just going to work through some cat-cows here in hero pose. So as you breathe in, draw your palms towards your hips, arching your back, lifting your chest and your chin. As you breathe out, rounding your spine, bringing your chin to your chest and sliding your palms forward over your knees. Breathing in for cow pose, so sliding your palms back, arching your back, lifting your chest. Exhaling for cow, so really rounding that spine, hands to knees. So just work through these now in your own time with your own breath. Thinking about really exaggerating this movement in your shoulders and your chest. Just do one more. Good. Then when you're done, come back to a neutral spine. So again, taking your hands behind your back, interlacing your fingers and drawing this fist down the back towards the earth, feeling this stretch across the front of your chest here, across your collarbones. Good. Stay here and take some deep breaths. Or you can grab opposite elbows. Or if you'd like to try a bit more of a deeper stretch, bring your hands into a prayer position so that your palms are together in a prayer position like this, and then see if you can draw them up your spine. And again, you'll just feel this lovely opening in your collarbones. Couple of deep breaths here. Good, and release. Just pop your block to the side if you've still got it. And then come to a tabletop position and just walk yourself back a little bit on your mat, just to give yourself a little bit more space. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Now keeping your knees under your hips, hips over knees, start to walk your hands forwards towards the top of the mat. You can come down onto your forearms and then start to lower your chest to the mat. As we come into puppy, let your forehead rest. Keep stretching your hands forwards. Few breaths here in puppy. Good. Start to slowly bring yourself back up onto your forearms and then your hands. Good. And then walk yourself back so that your hips go towards your heels into child's pose. So, keeping your left hand on the mat, right hand arm is going to thread underneath your left arm, and we're going to come to lay on the right side of your mat. And we're going to come into this thread the needle, but in child's pose. Then come up onto your fingertips on your right hand, your left hand, and start to walk your left hand up towards the top of the mat. And just until you start to feel a nice stretch. So take some breaths here in this child's pose thread the needle mashup. Good, breathing in. As you breathe out, sliding your left hand back down towards your face, pressing into your left hand and slowly bringing yourself back up. So placing your right hand on the mat and then threading your left arm underneath your right, and then come to lay down on the left side of your head. Come up onto the fingertips of your right hand and walk them up towards the top of your mat. Just far enough till you can feel a stretch. Good, breathing in. As you breathe out, sliding that right hand back down towards your face and pushing yourself back up. Good. Let's come back up to tabletop. So you can walk yourself back into the middle of your mat. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Now you don't need to use your blocks here if you don't want to, but if you've got them, just place them on the lowest setting, on the lowest side, just in front of where your hands are. If you haven't got blocks, you can do this without. Now lay your forearms either on your blocks or onto the mat and interlace your fingers. You can stay here and breathe. This is a good place to stay. So really pushing your forearms into the blocks or ground, pushing your elbows down as well so that you're not sinking into your shoulders. You're pushing your shoulders away. Then tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back for dolphin. You can walk your feet in a little bit if you like. Keep pushing the ground away, allowing your head to be heavy. Take some breaths here in dolphin pose, breathing in and out. Good, breathing in. As you breathe out, release your knees back down to the mat. Just pop your blocks to the side. Good, just reset in tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Then tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Take a moment here to pedal out your legs, taking some movement. Good. And then once you're done, just come to stillness just for a moment. Taking a deep breath in. As you breathe out, walk, step, tiptoe your feet to the top of the mat so they're between your hands and come into a forward fold. Then taking a deep breath in, sweeping your arms out to the sides, come all the way up to stand. Take up space, stretch your hands out and up. And then as you breathe out, release your arms down by your sides. So here in mountain, let's just take a second to think about our posture. Thinking about that piece of string, we spend our whole time like this. Thinking about opening up your chest, shoulders down your back. Good. Bring your hands to your waist and just take the weight over to the left. So you've got a little bit more weight in your left foot, bending your left knee slightly. And then you're going to step your right leg back. I'm going to come to high lunge. So move your left foot over to the left if you need a bit more space to give you a bit more stability. Thinking about that piece of string pulling you up. Good. Breathing in, reaching your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, bend your elbows, keeping your palms facing forward and come into cactus arms. Breathing in, reaching your arms up. As you breathe out, bending your elbows, hands facing forward for cactus. Good. Breathing in, arms up. Now, this time as you breathe out, we're going to rotate to face the right-hand side of your mat. So swivel on this right foot, so it's at a 90-degree angle. Root it down on the mat, bring your arms out at shoulder height. Shuffle this left foot over if you need to, so your feet are in line. Keeping a bend in this left knee and move it over towards your left little toes. Arms out shoulder height, gaze over your left fingertips. A breath here in Warrior Two. Good, breathing in. As you breathe out, bring your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers and draw your fist down your spine. Opening up your chest across the front. Good, staying here or coming into that reverse prayer. So palms together, up your back or holding opposite elbows. Good, breathing in. As you breathe out, arms out at shoulder height. And then straightening this left leg. Bringing your left hand to your shin, at the same time raising your right arm up to the sky as we come into triangle. So stack your shoulders, chest lifted to the sky. Good, breathing in and out. Good. As you breathe in, bring yourself back up. And as you breathe out, bending your left knee, coming back to warrior two. Good. So we're going to reverse the movement what we did a moment ago. So come up onto your right toes and turn them to face the front at the same time, arms back up to high lunge. Good. Bringing your weight forward now, so coming right up onto your right toes, weight into your left leg, and we're going to spring ourselves up to the top of the mat. Standing on your left leg, bending your right knee up towards your chest. Bring your fingertips to your shoulders once more, elbows out. Rotate to the right just for a moment, breathing in. And as you breathe out, turn back to face the front. And then release everything back down. Give your arms, shoulders and legs a bit of a shake out. Good. So we can do that the other side. So bring all the weight onto your right foot now. Hands on your waist. Taking a bend in this right knee. And then stepping back into a high lunge. So stepping your left foot back this time. Widen your stance. Thinking about sitting up nice and tall, that piece of string pulling you up, lengthening your spine. Good. Inhaling, arms up to the sky. As you exhale, cactus in those arms, palms facing forward, elbows bent, thinking about this long opening across the front of your chest. Breathing in, arms up. And as you breathe out, cactus arms. Good, breathing in. And then as we breathe out, we're going to rotate to the left this time to come to warrior two. So spinning on your left toes to 90 degrees, rooting that left foot down, arms out at shoulder height, adjusting your feet so they're in line, arms at shoulder height, gaze over your right fingertips. Warrior two, breathing in and out. Good. Bringing your hands behind your back, interlacing your fingers, drawing your fingertips down towards the ground, opening your collarbones. Good, staying here, grabbing opposite elbows, or coming into reverse prayer. Round of breath. Good. Breathing in, arms out to warrior two. And then as you breathe out, straightening your right leg, right hand to your right shin, left arm up to the sky for triangle. Lifting your chest up to the sky, stacking your shoulders, breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in, coming up, arms out. And then as you breathe out, coming back to warrior two. Good. Let's come back to high lunge just for a moment. So spinning on this left foot now. So coming up onto your left toes, spinning your toes towards the front, arms up. Good. Tipping your weight forwards, weight into your right leg, and then bring yourself up to stand on your right leg. Left knee lifted. Fingertips to your shoulders, elbows out. Rotating to the left just for a moment, breathing in. As you breathe out, rotate to the front of your mat and then releasing everything down. Good, give everything a good shake out. Okay, breathing in. As you breathe in, arms out to the side, arms up, palms touch. As you exhale, come to a forward fold. Allow your arms, head and neck to hang and be heavy. Swing from side to side. You can grab opposite elbows if you need to, come to ragdoll. And then letting everything go, hands to the mat. And step your feet back for downward facing dog. Breathing in. As you breathe out, releasing your knees to the mat. Then bringing your big toes to touch. And then spreading your knees as wide as the yoga mat. Sink your hips back towards your heels. as we come into a wide leg child's pose. So bring your forehead to the mat. Take some deep breaths into your belly. Good, breathing in. As you breathe out, push yourself back up. Using your hands, walk yourself back upright. And then come to sit on your bottom, so swinging your legs out from underneath you. And then we're going to come to lay on our backs with our knees bent. Good. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a little bit of rocking from side to side just to massage your lower back. Then release your arms out into a T shape. Your arms can stay here in this T shape, or if you would like to do one last stretch, you can bring your arms into that cactus shape. Palms facing up to the sky, elbows bent. Let your knees fall over to the right side. Shift your hips over to the left to give you a bit more space. Gaze can be up, or turn your head to look to the left as we come into supine twist. Slowly turn your head back to centre, followed by your knees. Then shift your hips over to the right, and then let your knees fall to the left. Gaze up, or turn your head to look to the right. Turn your gaze back to centre, followed by your knees. Give yourself another hug, pulling your knees into your chest. Then let your legs go long on the mat, feet falling out to the sides, arms long, palms facing up. Close down your eyes. As we end today's practice in Shavasana, allowing your breath to come naturally, allowing all the muscles in your body to relax. You've got nowhere else to be, just for the next few moments. Start to bring some movement back. wiggling your fingers and your toes. Take a deep breath in as you raise your arms up over your head, pointing your toes, giving yourself a big stretch. And as you exhale, draw your knees into your chest. Then roll over onto your side. Then using your hands on the ground, slowly push yourself back up to seated. When you get there, close down your eyes. Sit up nice and tall. Being mindful of your posture. Thinking about opening your chest rather than collapsing it. Let's take one last final breath together, breathing in through your nose. And then exhaling it out. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Bow your head. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And I hope to see you again on your mat soon.